Hi, good morning. Sorry, I'm running late. It's so weird to run late for virtual yoga. Good morning, good morning. I'm just getting Instagram set up. Hi. Yes, okay. Good morning. Yay. Patty. Hey, Kat. Hey, Sawyer. Hey, Cassie. Amy. Darlene. Yes. Good morning. I'm excited. I think this is day 4 of community virtual yoga. Let me adjust over here. Man, I need this yoga every morning. I'm so grateful to have community to practice with. And if you're like me and you are super physical and have lots of feelings and you might want to do yoga more than once, I also use the Down Dog app, which is giving free memberships to everyone in this time, which is a really awesome treat. So I did another flow last night on Down Dog, which was really awesome. I'll post that info today to y'all. But I highly recommend if you need more yoga, or I'm trying to make these morning classes like as accessible as possible, and sometimes we might have really specific needs, and so I encourage you to continue coming to morning class, especially if you're coming with a family. And if you want more, I'll send out information about how to get more, or I'm happy to do something private or something. Well, let's check in with where we're at, checking in with how we're feeling physically, how we're feeling mentally, emotionally, and actually one thing that I would love to ask as a prompt, in addition to checking in the chat, or if you want to just go grab a journal or a piece of paper or, and a marker, feel free to go grab one right now. But I would love to just ask as a prompt for us this morning, in this global pandemic we are in, what is something that your body has taught you so far? Has your body given you any insight? Has your body taught you to pay attention to something? I would love for us to think about that. What lessons have we learned from our body? Has our body shared any wisdom or insight or new questions with us? And I'd love for some folks to share in the chat what their experience has been, what insight they've gotten from their body, maybe like lessons from the body. So we'll just take a minute or two. Hey Sawyer, I see your message. That's awesome. I'm so glad you're practicing with us. If you're just hopping on, taking a moment to think or journal or write in the chat about a lesson that your body has taught you. Shoulders and neck are tense from phone time. Yeah, my like middle finger is also sore from too much phone time. I'm gonna really try to not text on my phone today. Hey Paul, miss you too. So would love to have a few more chats for people to share. Thank you, Rebecca, of things, lessons that our body has taught us so far in this global crisis, and insight or wisdom that our body has offered to us in this time. So important to breathe. That's a great lesson from our body, for sure. Thank you, Joanne. My body is telling me I need way more rest than I was allowing before the shutdown. Yeah. Hey, Tisha. Yeah, I took a nap. I like never take naps. I take in like naps. It's really wild to me. Um, I hear that cat. Hey, Hannah. We're sharing just a few more moments of lessons that our body has taught us so far in this crisis, wisdom that we've gotten from our bodies, release is necessary. Would love for a few more folks to share in the chat, um, or to at least write down in your journal or just check in with yourself, or what is some wisdom that your body has offered to you? What lessons have you learned from your body um, in the past few days? Yeah, my body says that when I'm playing games on my iPad, nothing's actually happening and I'm wasting time. Yeah. Um, I've been paying a lot of attention to my joints, and I think I'll share that just like I think that our body, when we're doing yoga, we're transitioning from pose to pose. And I think that we learn so much about how our body operates in those transitions, like how our body functions, where our strength is, where we have weaknesses. And I feel like this transition for me is really helping me fine tune with my body and just like fine tune my spiritual, emotional, mental self to make little fine tune adjustments as well, and just to notice like how do I operate? What are my habits? What are things that like I'm so used to doing that I do without thinking? Um, and like how can I bring more attention to that? And how can I bring more strength to what I do? Um, Great. Storing tension in the hips. Yeah, there's a lot of sitting happening. So maybe we'll do some hip opening today. Thanks, Hannah. Let's go ahead and get started. If you just joined us and you want to take a moment to just reflect and meditate on lessons that your body has taught you, um, I'd love to do some sort of like hashtag glitter goddess yoga challenge today. Not like a competition or anything, but maybe we can encourage some sort of sharing this afternoon. Um, oh, wow. Yeah, there's a lot of panic. I'm glad to hear that this space has been meaningful. I'm so, so grateful to practice with you all. So, do what you need to do. If you're just joining us today, you know, virtual yoga, I can't see you, so it's tough because I don't know what you're doing. So I can't look out for your safety in the way that I'm used to, but you can look out for your safety, and nothing should feel like it's pinching, popping, or snapping. So be gentle with yourself. If you have any questions, or if something doesn't feel right, or if you're like, does this look right? Feel free to send a picture and send it to me, or send me a note that says, hey, my hip's really hurting, or like, I'm really feeling this weird knot right here. Is there anything I can do? Me, Anthony, and Trent were thinking about doing a self-massage tutorial, and maybe even like a partner massage or a partner yoga assist. I know that most of my yoga students um, really love the child's pose assist that we do at the end of class together, Cassie. So we're thinking of putting a little tutorial together to guide y'all to do that with your families if you're staying with somebody. That would be nice. So let's other things I wanted to say. And before you hop off, feel free to leave whenever you need to, and feel free to do your own thing. Feel free to lay down. Feel free to dance, drink tea. We're also raising funds for families in need. You know, the need is just going to continue to emerge over the next 2 months. So this community is going to continue to be so important. And if you are watching and you've lost your job, or you've lost hours, or you're struggling to locate some particular medicine, or if you're running low on groceries, shoot me a message and we'll see what we can do to help you out. Okay, let's get started. Oh yeah, so if you want to donate, we're asking for donations from $1 to $500 on Venmo or Cashapp. Just reach out to me if you don't already have that info, and I'll send it to you so you can make a donation for families in need, particularly queer, trans, and PoC families. Okay, let's get started. Let's middle chatting. Find a comfy seat. If your knees are feeling like this, just take a pillow or a sofa cushion and stuff them underneath so that you can actually relax, so your hips can actually relax. Let's wiggle the hips just a bit, finding a grounded seat, lengthening the from the top back of the spine. Maybe roll the shoulders open, letting the wrists feel heavy, letting the elbows feel heavy. Let's just slow the breath down. Long inhales, slow, controlled exhales. Lengthening the spine on every inhale, feeling that length coming from the top back of the head. Exhale, shoulders down. One game I like to play is to count out my breath with seconds and to try to add 1 second each breath. So if you want, counting in your head and just adding 1 second each time, making your breath longer, slower, more controlled every time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, let's bring the left arm down, right arm comes up and over. Now I'm pressing this right knee down, I'm pressing the right hip down. Inhale, lengthen, stretch, reach, expanding in the midsection. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, expand, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Tilting the chest up towards the ceiling. Keep pressing that right knee down. Breathing into the side abdomen. Reaching up and over to the other side. Inhale, lengthen. Feel the length across the oblique. Feel the fingertips stretch, reach. Exhale, press the left knee down, press the left hip down. Inhale, push out, inflate like a strong balloon. Exhale, deepen, release. Coming back to center. Bringing the left arm across the body. Right fingertips behind us. Chest open, shoulders open. Inhale, lengthen, expand in the midsection. Exhale, deepening the twist. Chin turning to the right. Inhaling to make space. Exhaling to twist into that space. Detoxing. Reaching the arms up and over to the other side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen the twist, turning to the left. I'll probably say it every day, but twists are revolutions. There's so much to learn about how to twist and how to revolutionize. Pavrita in Sanskrit means to revolve, to transform, to change. Coming back to center. Let's flip the wrist, fingers pointing down, pressing the palms down. Gently find angles that feel good to you. Maybe giving some topical heat to the forearms. For some fascia release from all that typing and texting we've been doing in this virtual world. Clench the fists, roll the wrists. Changing the direction of our circles. Oh, this feels so good. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. Exhale, release. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Inhale, release. Exhale, release. Inhale, squeeze. Yes, fascia release. Exhale, release. And then let's do a breathing pattern that I really love for bringing down my own anxiety, of which I have quite a bit. And just bringing myself to a more level-headed place. Like there have definitely been a few days where Anthony's been like, let's take some deep breaths together, Garza. So, which is really, really helpful to have that reminder. So anyway, this is a great breath for stress release. We're going to breathe in for 4, squeezing the shoulders up, hold the breath for 4, and then exhale for 4, squeezing the shoulders down. Shout out to Jess Brown, who also uses this strategy in her classroom. All right, so breathing in, 2, 3, 4, hold the shoulders, 2, 3, 4, exhale down, 2, 3, 4, inhale up, 2, 3, 4, hold the breath, 2, 3, 4, exhale down, 2, 3, 4, inhale up, 2, 3, 4, hold the breath, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhale down, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold the breath, 2, 3, 4, exhale down, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold the breath, 2, 3, 4, exhale down, 2, 3, 4, one more time, 2, 3, 4, hold the breath, 2, 3, 4, exhale down, 2, 3, 4, roll the shoulders. Big circles with the shoulders, open the chest, open the throat. Fingertips to shoulders, drawing big circles with the elbows. And full circumductions, leading with the pinky. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. Exhale, release. All right. Let's reach the left fingertips down and out. Right arm comes up and over, letting the right elbow fall heavy. Just let your natural weight fall heavy, not pulling too hard, just a very gentle weight here, opening up the left shoulder. These muscles are so delicate, so that's where we're reaching out to engage. Maybe flexing this left wrist for a little bit more tension release in the wrist and forearm. Feeling this length in the left middle finger. Keep feeling this left shoulder engaged as the right elbow falls heavy. Breathing deeply. And turning towards the right armpit, grabbing the top back of the head, letting the right elbow fall heavy. While we're here, I'm just gonna adjust one of my cameras. That's better. Gently release, switching sides. Right fingertips stretch, reach. Left arm comes up and over. Left elbow falls heavy. Maybe flexing this right wrist. Breathing into the right side. Keep reaching the right wrist away from us, engaging the right shoulder. And turning towards the left armpit, grabbing the top back of the head, maybe searching this right shoulder back. Gently release. Let's roll the neck. Looking side to side, looking up and down. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. Exhale, release. All right, let's give ourselves a hug. Right elbow stacked on top of left. So we can be just right here. This is such a good place to be in, and you can even lay on your back here, which will feel really nice to open up our outer shoulders. We can also hook this arm underneath for a little bit more intensity in taking some tension out of this outer shoulder. We can also grab onto our palms, our fingers, for a bind. So find what works for you, and then we can inhale to lift those elbows up. Exhale, relax the shoulders down and maybe press the hands away from the forehead if you're in a bind. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release and open. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release and open. Gently release, open wide. Switching sides, give yourself a hug. Left elbow stacked on top of right. This might be where we want to be. We might want to hook underneath like this, or we might want to take a bind, inhaling to lift. Exhaling to open. Inhaling to lift. Exhale, open. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Gently release. Open wide. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. Exhale, release. Okay. So before we do, let's just go into that. Let's come to all fours for cat-cows. Stacking wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Spreading all your knuckles wide. And we'll inhale to lift the hips up, arching the spine, open the chest, open the throat. Notice how I'm not tossing my head back, I'm reaching the top back of my head forward. Exhaling to tuck the hips under, round the spine, chin to chest. Oof. Inhale, arch, pull the palms in as if the palms are gonna slide back. Pull the palms in to engage the shoulders and the chest. Exhale, push the palms forward, around the spine. Engaging in every way we can. Let your breath guide your pace. And then start to move your spine in any direction you want. Wiggle it from side to side, drop circles. Tucking the toes. We can move back into a child's pose if we want, like so, or we can tuck the toes and lift the hips up and back for a downward dog. If we're in downward dog, I want us to keep our knees bent for now. Notice the balls of your feet. Are you pressing more on the outer edge or the inner edges? Try to level up or level out the weight distribution in your feet. And keep the knees bent so that you can keep lifting the hips up and back. Notice how my spine's getting flatter, my back's getting flatter as I reach my hips up. Keeping the shoulders in their sockets. Feeling the shoulder blades spread wide. And maybe we can start to walk it out. If you're in child's pose, keep breathing. Let the breath fill the space between you and the floor. Stuffing pillows where you want them. Maybe if we feel like our back is flat here in downward dog, we can straighten both legs. Gazing forward. Walk the hands back into a forward fold. Bend the knees. Let the head feel heavy. Maybe your spine will do a little. Getting some tension out, feeling longer. Shake the head no. Nod the head yes. Let the shoulders feel heavy. Inhale to bend at the knees even more. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Rolling up. Roll the shoulders up. Okay. So, let me adjust. I'm gonna rub my nose real fast. Okay. Meeting here in Tadasana for some standing poses. Feet parallel, trying to make the feet as parallel as we can. Maybe hip width apart, maybe together, both are fine. Pressing all the edges of the feet down, outer edges down, inner edges down, knees slightly bent. Relax the hips. Shoulders open, palms facing front. Feeling that length in the back of the head, breathing in and out. Let's do that again, breathing in and out. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hinging at the hips, folding down. Inhale, flat back, pressing on the shins or the thighs. Lengthen the spine, feel the top back of the head reach forward. Bend the knees, plant the hands, hop, walk, or step back into your plank. Let's hold this plank for a moment. Plank can be wrists stacked under shoulders, We can have the knees down. We can lower to the forearms. And we can also lift the knees with the forearms down. Let me adjust the camera one more time. Angles are so weird today. Or maybe I'm just becoming more aware. Where were we? Plank. Sorry, some of us are holding plank. Let's slowly lower down all the way to the floor. If you haven't already, I'm going to face this way. All the way down. Resting here. Let's goalpost the arms. So notice how I have right angles with both elbows. Let's rest the left ear down. Sliding the right hand down. Press the right hand into the floor. Roll the right leg into the back space. So I'm going to keep my left ear resting on the floor. My left elbows pressing into the floor. My left shoulders pressing into the floor. All of my left knuckles are pressing into the floor. This right leg can be bent, it can be straight. Get curious. Experiment with what feels good. I like to press my right hip forward. Breathing as we press that left shoulder down. This is a rare moment to stretch the inside of the shoulder and the outside of the pecs, the chest muscles, rolling back to center. Let's make a right angle with the right elbow, resting the right ear down. Left hand lowers, pressing into the floor. Left leg goes back. And we're pressing the right shoulder down, the right elbow down, pressing all of the right knuckles into the floor. That left leg, get experimental, straighten it, bend it, press it into the floor, press the hips forward. Breathing deeply, slowly here. And rolling back to center. Let's slide the hands to each side of the chest, elbows reaching back, shoulders down. Let's float the chest up. Now notice, we're gonna float the chest without using our hands. Keep breathing deeply. Using our strength, the strength in our back, the strength in our core to lift the chest. Doesn't matter how high we are. Exhale down. Inhale, press. Hey, Daniel. The hands into the floor, shoulders down. What's important here is that we don't sink into the shoulders like this. Press the shoulders down, search the shoulders back, elbows close, elbows reaching back. I like to wiggle my hips here. On your next exhale, lower down. And pressing up into a downward dog or a child's pose. In a downward dog, it's great to keep the knees bent so that we can focus on lengthening the spine, which some of us may need to do. Some of us might feel like we have a flat back, and so we can work on straightening the legs and pressing the heels down, flaring the outer hips open. And slowly lower the knees down or press up back to tabletop. And we're going to bring this right foot forward. However you want, planting the right knee on top of right ankle. Okay. And if you want more cushion under your left knee, go for it. We're going to start with a low lunge. So we can stay just right here. We can lift this back knee if we want. We can sink the hips forward if we want. Breathing deeply here. Inhaling to squeeze the feet in towards each other. Exhale, release the hips heavy. Go ahead and lower that back knee if you haven't already. And we're actually going to press up. Notice how my right knee is still right on top of my right ankle. Don't let it come back here. Try not to let it go too far in front. Just right on top. It's a feeling. It's a feeling of stacking this right knee on top of the right ankle. All right, so we're here. Let's lift the arms up. Exhale, elbows reaching. Basically, like our elbows are going to try to touch behind us. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, elbows reaching back behind us. And bringing the hands back forward. Let's stretch the right leg long. Flexing the right ankle, foot, toes. Let's flex and point just for a moment. And then here, we'll find flexion. Toes are flexed, foot is flexed, ankle is flexed. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round and fold. Keep reaching this right hip up and back. Feel free to put your hands on the floor or on a stack of books, some pillows right here. Rolling back into a low lunge. This time we're going to walk the foot out just a bit. So we're angling the right foot out. My right toes are hanging off my yoga mat. I'm going to keep my whole foot pressing into the floor. I'm going to let this right knee flop out. I'm going to notice how my hips are kind of reaching forward. I'm going to plant this left hand. We're going to get a little crazy here. Now we can stay right here, letting the right knee flop out, letting the hips sink low. And we can also open up for a twist. With our left hand down, make sure this left wrist is right under the left shoulder. We can twist right here. We can also bend this back knee like this. And if we're feeling crazy, we could grab it. And it does feel intense, so be gentle if you're doing this. No matter what, the inside of our right foot's pressing down. This is called a corkscrew. The hips are sinking low. Left arm pressing into the floor. Gently release. Coming back to square. Bring the right foot in. And we're actually going to lift this right foot. Bring it back to all fours however we want. And let's take the plank of our choice. High plank, knee down plank, forearm knee down plank, or forearm knee up plank. Or just go like this, flat plank on the body, on the floor. Take a few breaths here. No judgment, we can't see you. And on the next exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog or child's pose. Knees bent if we want to focus on lengthening the spine. If our legs are straight, we can press the heels down. Remember to press the base of the thumb joint down so that all of our knuckles are engaged. Slowly lower the knees, or if you're in child's pose, press up to tabletop. And let's carefully bring the left foot forward. Stacking left knee on top of left ankle. Great. Let's breathe here in this low lunge. We can stay right here, finding alignment. We can lift this back knee to open up the right hip flexor even more. If we are stacking, make sure this right wrist is stacked under the right elbow, or if we are using the arms, I would say. Inhale to squeeze the feet in towards each other. Exhale, release. Feel free to keep this back knee down. Okay, and then I'll show us from a front angle, or a front side angle. We're gonna walk this toe out so that the left foot is angled out, left toe is hanging out. Letting the left knee flop out to the side. Notice how the inside of my left foot is still pressing down. I'm gonna stack my right wrist under my right shoulder. We can stay right here, letting the hips sink forward. We can also bend this right knee, and we can also reach back. Oh, sorry, we can go into a twist. That's something we can do as well. We can twist, and we can take a corkscrew, grabbing this back foot. Breathe deeply. Release when you're ready. Coming back to center. Let's stretch this left leg long. Left hip reaching up and back. Flex and point this left ankle foot toes. I think I went in a different order on this side, sorry. I'm feeling less focused this morning. I'm so glad I'm practicing yoga right now. Left ankle flex, left foot flex, left toes flex. Inhale, lengthen the spine, open the chest. Exhale, round and fold. Again, you can have blocks to support you right here. You can touch the floor. I like to grab onto my foot to practice balance. Left hip reaching up and back. Feel free to give some topical heat to this hamstring. And gliding forward. Pressing up. Skipped a lot of steps on the side. Feel free to press into the hands, press into the thigh. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, elbows coming into our back space. Keep that left knee bent, keep that left knee stacked on top of the left ankle. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. And release. Let's bring the hands to front. Gently bring that back knee. Let's take one last plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward dog, cobra. Exhale, downward dog or child's pose. Hips reaching up and back. Feel free to wiggle the hips, whatever feels good. Gently lower the knees. Take a gentle seat on the heels. If this is intense, we can put a pillow right here. So we can always put a pillow right here just to sit. You can also put blankets underneath your feet if this is intense for your feet. Taking a moment, and then we're going to kneel up, putting the hands in our back pockets. And I don't know why I did air quotes. Pressing the hips forward as if our elbows are going to try to touch behind us. Pressing the hip flexors forward. These are our hip flexors. They help flex our hips. They help us lift our legs. They help us straighten our legs. Walking, jumping, literally everything. So many of us, I'm sure, hip flexors are getting tight because we're sitting so much. So even if you've been sitting down for a long time, let's take another seat. So if you've been sitting down in like a chair for a long time, just like stand up and press your hips forward. Like you can do this standing as well. We're doing it kneeling right now. Feel free to stand. Let's come on, kneel up or stand up. Working to open the chest and shoulders by pressing the elbows together. Press the palms. I'm going to tuck my toes to take a little bit of tension off of my knees. And maybe you feel like grabbing the ankles or heels behind you. Keep pressing the hips forward. And reaching up. Take one more seat. And then let's swivel the feet out to the side. Have a seat. We're going to stretch the left leg long and come like this. Pressing the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, round and fold. Inhale, lengthen, reach the head away from the forearm. Find a spot where both hands can reach, whether it's your calf, your thigh, your foot. You can grab a sock or a belt and wrap it around your foot. Walk the hands in, reaching the left arm across the body, grabbing onto the right knee, right arm comes up and over, breathing into the right side. Inhaling to expand in the midsection, press your obliques out, inflate like a balloon. Searching the right shoulder into the back space, tilting the chin up towards the ceiling. Right arm reaches up and back. Let's switch sides. Stretching the right leg long, pressing the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Find a spot where both hands can reach. Walk the hands down. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling to fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, release. Pressing that right knee down for some isometric work. Rolling up. Right arm comes across to the left knee. Left arm can come up and back, up and over. Feeling length on the inhale, expanding on the inhale. Exhale, deepen, release. Deep breaths here. Left hip can press back and down. It's a very specific feeling, but it feels really good to let your left hip reach into that back left corner. Left arm reaching up and back. Okay, let's bring the feet in towards each other. Open the feet like a book. Grabbing onto the ankles, inhale, lengthen the spine, roll the shoulders back, puff the chest forward. And exhale, reach the chest forward. So even if you don't reach very far, remember, if your knees are like this, put some pillows underneath. That'll send your nervous system a message that your muscles can relax and you will get more flexible and more mobile if you use pillows and supports like that. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, reach the chest forward. Even if you're just reaching the chest, but you don't feel like you're folding. I don't want us just to put our head down. That doesn't really do anything for our hips. I want to open up our hips right now. So reach that chest forward, feel the pelvic bowl tilting forward. This is your pelvic bowl. Let the water spill forward. Maybe a few wiggles might feel good. A few wiggles always feel good. Rounding if you're ready, if you want to. Rolling up. Let's squeeze the knees together. Reaching forward, inhale. Exhale, slowly roll down to the side. Middle of this action. All the way down as slowly as we can. Okay. Let's rock the knees from side to side. Pressing the feet into the floor. Let's lift the hips up. Exhale, slowly lower down. We're going to do this 2 more times. Actually, we're going to do it 3 more times. We can do a bridge every time if this feels good for us. We can also cross, this time we can cross the right ankle over the left knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, slowly lower down. We can do a bridge just like we've been doing, or we can cross the other ankle over the right knee. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. And then one more time, we can take another bridge just like we've been doing. We're going to hold it for a little bit longer. We can also press the hands into the floor for a full wheel. If this isn't part of your practice, I wouldn't recommend just starting it today. We can talk through it another time, or send me a message if you want to learn. I don't want anyone getting hurt at home. Slowly lower down. Rock the knees from side to side. Hug the knees into the chest. Take a few breaths here. And gently release into the floor. Feel free to give your body anything else it needs. We've discussed a few things we can do with this pillow. We can put the pillow under the knees to rest heavy like so. This can feel really, really nice to have a little bit of elevation. We can also make a little incline. This can also feel really, really nice for our spine. We can plant the feet, we can open the knees. Lots of ways to release here. And in fact, we could also take that out. All together, we could bring it to the lower back, and we could just lay down right here. Now, these might feel really good, but I want us to remember that Shavasana right now is about not doing any work. So if this feels like work in any way, let's just take it out. I'm going to go ahead and lay flat myself. Here in Shavasana, doing no work at all, trying to relax the ankles, relax the hips, let the lower back feel heavy. Let the middle back and the upper back feel heavy. Relaxing all the knuckles and the fingers and hand. Elbows heavy, shoulders heavy. Relax the jaw. Relax the cheekbones. Relax the eyelids, the eyebrows, and the forehead. Maybe we want to clear our mind for a moment. Maybe we want to practice just letting our mind wander. Maybe we want to try to focus on the breath. All these are great options. None of them are right or wrong. And they're all difficult. So if you fail at any of these options, that's okay. That's part of the practice. Getting off track, getting distracted, losing sight of who we are, that's all part of the practice. Be gentle with yourself, be compassionate with yourself, practice forgiveness with yourself. Allowing all of our weight to be supported by the earth. Noticing if there's anything else in our body we can let go of. Any other lingering thoughts or feelings that we want to just put to the side for now. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Let's take 3 sighs of relief, breathing in. Breathing in. One more time, let it all out, y'all. Breathing in. When you're ready, rolling over to the right side, curling up in a ball. Find a moment of comfort here. And when you're ready, press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Resting the hands on the knees, bringing the hands to heart center, or pressing the hands over the heartbeat. Take your time if you're still on the floor. A breath for the ancestors we bring to our space and for the indigenous people who were on our land before colonization. Breathing in and out. A breath to thank yourself for your practice today. Breathing in and out. Breath to appreciate others for their support. Breathing in and out. And a breath for the intentions and well-being of everybody in this community we're building together, everyone in the world. Breathing in and out. loving human in me bows down to the loving human in you. Namaste. Oh man, I'm gonna be honest. I was a mess when I woke up. I was all over the place. I was unfocused, distracted. Maybe y'all felt a little bit of that in our practice this morning, but whew, I'm so grateful to have yoga time with y'all. I know my Insta's about to run out of time, so bye Instagram. Don't forget to donate via Venmo or Cashapp. All the funds we raise are going directly into queer, trans, PoC families here in Providence for now. I'm just feeling really grateful to have this space with y'all. Spread the word. If you're not already on my email list, shoot me an email or shoot me a message with your email and I'll add you to it. The Glitter Goddesses are prepping some exciting things to release virtually in the next few days and weeks. Please, please, please send feedback if you think you want a flow that moves faster or slower. The Glitter Goddesses are thinking about how we can expand our offerings beyond just this daily yoga session. We have some other yoga teachers, meditation coaches, spiritual guides, and other divine creative offerings. We'll probably be releasing a creativity challenge. Our society is not designed for us to rest and take care of ourselves in this way. So it's really interesting to think about how to redesign our lives. And the goddesses are really excited to support and to think through that with y'all. So shoot me an email if you want to be on the email list to get up-to-date info on all the virtual offerings that we'll be rolling out in the next few weeks. We'll probably have a yoga sub from me coming in just so that it's not me every morning. Maybe trying to convince Anthony or Trent to teach, and maybe Genevieve, one of the Glitter Goddesses, will teach. So love y'all. Take care. Looks sunny here in Providence. I haven't stepped outside, but get some sunshine. Stay safe. Talk to your family members to encourage them, insist that they make safe choices. And sending you lots of love. Be well. Shoot me messages if you have any feedback or specific questions. And spread the word. Let's keep practicing together. Bye.